Oh yeah!
Well, well, well. Jimmy Page's most hated riff. What did he hate about it? How did he hate about it? And when did he hate about it? First of all, what riff was it? It was this one. What is happening, guys? Thank you all so much for tuning in today for another video. We are going to get our Jimmy Page on, like always. It's like basically every video I do, right? But we're going to talk about Jimmy Page's most hated riff. And he hated it so much, actually, that Led Zeppelin never played this song live, even though, to me, it's like a big hit song of theirs. I hear it on the radio all the time, still today. But Jimmy Page did not like Livin', Lovin', Made. And I think it was really funny because it's always been one of my favorite Page riffs, but he just didn't like it. And it kind of made me wonder, like, why did he hate it? And like I said, then I found out, like, Led Zeppelin literally never played it. And I do believe Robert Plant only ever played it once in 1990. At one of his solo shows, he did Livin', Lovin', Made after Heartbreaker. But it's crazy because to me, it's such a killer Led Zeppelin song. Now, if you don't know, this is off of their 1969 album, Led Zeppelin 2. One of my favorite Zeppelin, actually, well, any Zeppelin album is my favorite. But this was, I don't remember what track number it was, but basically it's always after Heartbreaker. I believe it's track 5 and 6. I've listened to it so many times. But, you know, pretty much when I hear Heartbreaker, I want to hear Livin', Lovin', Made. So, like, when you see live videos of them playing Heartbreaker, I'm like, let's do it! Let's do it! No. So the only thing I could really think of why Page probably hated it was the song is incredibly simple for a Zeppelin song. You know, a lot of times their songs can take drastic twists and turns, and you know, my guess is that it was probably a little bit too poppy. You know, the big singing chorus, and it has all the kind of the elements of a radio-friendly song, and maybe that wasn't really their thing, because if you listen back in the day, the reason why Zeppelin was played on, I believe back then it was FM, like AM was the main, and then FM was kind of new. So they were being played on FM because Led Zeppelin had these big long songs and they weren't really radio cuts, so they were played on FM radio stations. And this is like a total like radio like song, you know, it's a shorter song, very melodic, like I said, the big chanty chorus, which isn't always super common in Led Zeppelin songs. And it just, I don't know, maybe he didn't dig the riff, maybe, but it's such a cool riff. Now, the other thing about this one is it's possible he didn't like, you know, Page didn't like singing, and I believe this is one of the only, or maybe the only, you'll have to, someone who knows better than me will need to reference that, but I believe it's the only time he sang backup vocals, or like I said, it's like one of the only times. So on that chorus, that's Page singing the backup vocals on that, and, you know, why you better lay your money down, all those backup vocals, I believe are Page, and maybe he just didn't want to have to sing live, maybe that's why he didn't like the song, but it's funny, because, I mean, it's like, did he hate it the whole time, or was it like afterwards, he was like, that song's so boring to play, or something, but I mean, like I said, I love the song, so it's really interesting to me, because I'm just like, I don't get it, I don't understand the hate, such a cool song. Now, one of the coolest things a lot of people seem to not know about this song is Jimmy's actually playing an electric 12-string. It was called a Vox Phantom, and he's playing that on there. If you really listen to it, you can hear the one side, the guitar, is definitely this. A lot of those like real chimey chords. When he goes to the... You can hear it's a total 12-string, and even on the main riff, like I said, listen to that. I think it's the right side, maybe it's the left. It's only in one side, so... I have a little bit too much distortion on right now, but if you listen to it, it's really cool. So I thought, you know, it'd kind of fit in with the whole playing Stairway and doing all these songs, and they had a 12 string. Like, why not just go ahead and knock this one out while we got the 12 string strapped on? But didn't happen. He wasn't having it, man. He wasn't having it. Now the song is written about, you know, a groupie that used to bother Led Zeppelin back in the early days that, you know, they said was just annoying. So they wrote a song about her, called Live and Love and Made, obviously. But I thought maybe it's kind of like that. He's just like, it brings back bad memories or something like that. And he's like, I want no part of those memories. So I don't know. It's really interesting. But like I said, it was totally a song. Like, look it up. You won't find a live video of Zeppelin playing that song, because Page just did not like it. He didn't like it. And you know what's really funny is there's so many of these, you know, just guitar idols and icons have these songs that were hits for them that they just don't care for. I've heard Slash say that he really didn't like Sweet Child of Mine. Page didn't care for Live and Love and Made. Obviously, Slash isn't going to get away with refusing to play Sweet Child of Mine, but you know, it's total like a Page song. You know, I'm sure it's just kind of like for him, maybe it wasn't fun to play. And he's just like, you know, I don't want to play that song. I'd rather play, you know, 10 Years Gone before I'll play that one. Alrighty guys, that is going to be it. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed that. Like I said, I just love kind of messing around with these different Page things. You know, he's one of my favorite guitar players ever. So other than that, have a great rest of your day. Actually, if you want to check out my free guitar course, it's linked down below. And don't forget, at the end of all these videos, yo, we got a jam section going on. I'm going to play some rhythm for you. I want you to tear it up. Let's go.